Yes! Welcome to the stream! How are we doing? We got Talsif. We've got the Formidable Centurions. We've got Bored with This. And we've got Rosa. Big ups to you all for tuning in. Now then, of course, if you do not know, which I'd be surprised if you don't, but 2 days ago, Man City, of course, beat Juventus 5-2 in a big win, which has guaranteed our top spot qualification and has given us the game against Al Hilal. And Al Hilal are a decent team, I'd like to point out, but it's much better than being on the other side of the board. But yeah, in the stream, we're gonna look for the games. We're gonna look for certain players that really impressed, certain players that we are hopefully gonna see a bit more of. Give them a couple more chances across these games to try and impress. And yeah, let's just crack on with it. Big ups to everyone who's in the stream. Make sure to hit the likes if you haven't already. Now let me pull up. Oh, my computer's gone crazy. I don't know what happened there, guys. Oh, it's happened again. This is cool. Alright. Well then, here we go. Here were our 3 wins, which guaranteed us top spot. Started with Widad, of course, with Foden, Doku, and a Lewis red card, but Foden and Doku are our goal scorers for this. It was very dominant, it was very assured. We did have, I can't remember who it was, but we did have someone saying that we were concerning defensively, which is fair enough, we did let a good few chances come our way, 12 shots from them. That doesn't just come from them blasting it from miles out. They did have a couple of decent chances with Adam. We're probably a bit disappointed that we managed to keep the clean sheet despite their good opportunities. Sorry, lost my thought there. And this was our first taste of certain players on the field as well, We got to see Shirky have a start. We got to see Reinders have a start. I think I gave Reinders my personal man of the match, despite Foden winning it. Shirky showed decent bits, but my opinion was that he should be in this area with these 3, as opposed to up top with another striker. I don't think he's a striker, Shirky, and I don't think we're going to really see this again, to be fair. So, look, I was fine with Shirky's debut, to be honest. It didn't set the world on fire, but, my opinion at the time, and still is, to give him time. Just let him develop. He's got so many years ahead of him. Man, we've gone quite far back there somehow. Now then, onto Alain. I didn't watch this game, so I can really mainly go off the stats, but we very much seem to just dominate them thoroughly through and through. They never really seem to have a shot, really. We had 21 shots to their 5. We had 11 shots on target to their 1. So, Oh, sorry about that. But dominating literally every stat. The only thing we didn't do better in was red cards, and that was because it was even. So we literally did better than Alain in every single way. But moving on from Alain, because at the moment there's been almost like mini match reviews. We'll finish off with Juventus, who again we were very good against, similar to Alain really in terms of the domination of it, with 24 shots and 11 on target, but dominating possession as well. We did give some chances away. Well, we really gave away the Koopmanis one. The Vlahovic one was just a really good ball from Yildiz. Hi from India, says Nitin Parikh. welcome to the stream. How you doing? Big ups to you. Hope you enjoy the stream. But again, Juventus was definitely a dominant performance. Again, dominating in literally every respect. And it was the best way, in my opinion, for City to guarantee qualification to the next stage. To be honest, it guaranteed us that third spot. Now, if we go to the table, FIFA Club World Cup, you'll notice that City were also the only team to win all 3 of their games. The first time in FIFA Club World Cup history a team has won their first 3 games of the season, the group stage games. Unlucky to Wydad, they lost all 3. Must have been a comeback for Alain here. Yeah, I know it was 1-0 to Wydad at one point. But like I said, top of the league, so huge for that, And also, it does actually mean something because I believe we get a bit more extra prize money just because of this. Believe it or not, I believe we've earned about 50 million from the Club World Cup so far. Which is insane because that means Aitnauri / Shirky are completely paid for. Genuinely insane. Ooh. Gonna try and see what's what. Share this tab. So now we're going to be playing Al Hilal. Again, a lot better considering who we could have fought. We could have been on the side of the table that had like PSG, Real Madrid, Bayern and whatnot. Not that would have been impossible. It just would have been a lot trickier, especially considering we'd be starting with Madrid. All caught up there. Nunes, Pep. Boys are back in training, of course. KDB 34. New images of our next season shirt. Kyle Walker's confirmed coming back to City now, by the way, if you couldn't notice there, off that post from AC Milan. It's 100% confirmed that he is going to come back to the club. Big ups, AC Milan for taking him off our hands. We can only respect the decision that they're not paying for him, and I can't blame them, really. He's washed. If we're being fair and honest, he is washed. Hopefully he can find a club that just wants him. I hope Kyle just leaves and goes on to have a good time for the rest of his career. I wouldn't want anything less for him. Gonna go to City Extra because they tend to be pretty good at reporting certain bits of news. These guys aren't reporting the prize money we got. What a shame. Oh well. Now then, I do want to have a look at certain players. Okay, just certain ones for the potential. It's just for a bit of fun, but potential player of the group stage, I guess. The guy that's been the most impressive for me. I think I'm going to go with Aitnauri. I think he's been really good so far. I think he's been absolutely top. Don't get me wrong, I know I didn't watch the Alain game, but I heard he had a brilliant debut here. But just from these alone as well, these stats are brilliant. 100% passing accuracy, 100% shots on target, 100% dribble success rate, 100% tackle success rate, 100% cross success rate. It's crazy. All of that on target. Okay, it's not like he played 10 minutes or 15 minutes. He played 75 of them and didn't put a foot wrong, quite literally. and against a good team. No one could say, oh, it's only Wydad, oh, it's only Alain. This was Juventus, surely not the best team in Italy anymore, but they're still up there. They're still a top team that we lost to last season, partly, but also, they're a good team in Italy, and we respected them and we absolutely dominated them. And I think Ainauri is a really good part of that. He's been my personal one. Now then, Doku's been no doubt been brilliant as well, to be fair to him. I didn't watch the middle game, don't know if he played there, but in 2 games I saw him, Wydad and Juventus, I thought he was really good. I thought he was really, really sharp. He's gotten 2 goals so far. Very nice finishes. There was Savinho as well, who I think's been really good, to be fair. He got 1 goal, 1 assist against Juventus, was my man of the match. Again, I think he's been really good. So, I could really give, the man of the match or the player of the group stage to really anyone, to be honest. I think I will give it to Ainauri, though, just because he's the new signing, But fair play, Doku and Savinho. And even Phil Foden, because I think Phil Foden's been really solid, too, for the minutes they played. But, look, it's been 3 games. It's hard to determine, a player of the group stage, to be fair. So, big ups to all of them so far, because I think everyone's played their part, even Shirky and others, Yeah, this is going to be our official path, by the way. If we beat Al Hilal, we play either Inter Fluminense. And if we beat them, we play either Palmeiras, Botafogo, Benfica, or Chelsea. So we are winning the Club World Cup, says Tausif. Alpha Varka says, Luke for president, here we go. Man, I've clearly missed something in a stream. But big ups to you, Al, for tuning in. And big ups if you did end up raiding the stream as well, because I have a feeling you may have if these guys saying it as well. Score prediction for Al Hilal. Early shout, I'm going to go for 3-2 to us. Okay, I think it's going to be high scoring. But yeah, I'm going 3-2. I think Al Hilal are a decent team with decent players. We'll have a quick look at Al Hilal's team that they played against Real Madrid. So, just have a look at Al Hilal's squad. Goalies, Bono, who I believe used to play for Sevilla. Joao Cancelo, obviously played for us. Tambaki, I don't really know. Koulibaly was a top centre-back at Napoli. Went to Chelsea, didn't do as well. Renan Lodi used to play for the Atletico Madrid. Don't really know this guy. Ruben Neves used to play for Wolves in the Premier League. Milinkovic-Savic, I believe he played for Lazio, if I'm not wrong. Don't know you off the top of my head. Malcolm does ring a bell, but I can't remember where he came from, and don't know where you came from either. Only 22 years old, though, and hasn't been doing too bad, clearly. If he did... Oh, never mind. I thought he took the penalty. It was Ruben Neves, my bad. But yeah, I'm going 3-2. They got a good squad. And even Mitrovic, who doesn't appear to be here for some reason. But even Mitrovic, if he does play, is a decent striker, to be fair. Did very good in his season in the Prem. Before he left the Premier League, and even the season before that in the Champions League, in the Championship he got 40 goals, so not too bad at all. I think he broke the record for most Championship goals in a season even. So he's a top striker in certain respects. He's not Haaland, but he deserves his name being mentioned definitely. We'll see what he did against other teams too. Salzburg, we'll have a quick look. Was Mitrovic here? Nah. I wonder where Mitrovic is. Does he still play for them? Have I missed something? Oh well. And yeah, they seem to very much go for a similar 11 every time. I believe this includes all the guys that played in match day 1. So at least there's that. Us, we've switched it up every time, at least for a bit. And looks like Al I kind of going with an 11 and sticking with it. Can't really blame Inzaghi at the moment. They've got a good coach in Inzaghi, so he's probably just trying to find his favourite 11 before he really tries to switch it up a bit. He's just trying to find something that can maybe get him through this competition, and I can't really blame him. You know, he obviously wouldn't mind winning this. Al on a whole wouldn't mind. Wait, let's have a look at the FIFA Club. Oh, this is huge. This is huge, guys. Well, let me do the prediction thing. I want to do the prediction thing. Predictor. There we go. Hey, will it work? Oh, hey! Oh, never mind. Give me a second. Bingo! Play now. Yes! Alright then, here we go. Bit of fun for us. Why not? Why not? We'll start from the bottom. Have a bit of fun. I think Real Madrid win there. I think Dortmund win there. Bayern, PSG. Go for us. Why not? Me and Alf did say that Fluminense actually might have a decent shout here. You know, Fluminense, not someone I want to just write off, to be honest with you. We are winning the Club World Cup, says Rosa. Big ups. We'll see if my prediction thing agrees. You know what? Curveball pick. Going for Fluminense. There you go. Here, I'm going to go for Botafogo. And here, I'm going to go for Chelsea. Now then, I'm going to go for an all-English semi-final with Chelsea City. And I'm going to go for another curve throw pick. I'm going to say that Dortmund get past Real Madrid. Blinking heck. I'm really switching up here a bit, guys. I really am. Now then, for the final, I'm going to go for Man City, and I'm going to go for PSG. And I'm going to say that Man City are the winners. Can you switch it? Oh, you can. I'm going to say that Man City win it. Assuming that my predictions are correct. This is just mainly for a bit of fun, if I'm being honest with you guys. Now then, let's go for the auto pick thing. So let's remember, City won that one, so let's go auto pick. Alright, I'm trying to not look ahead. Palmeiras go through. Okay, not what I went for. Benfica go through, not what I went for either. Fluminense go through, that stays. Al Hilal go through. Inter Miami beat PSG. Bayern beat Flamengo, okay. Dortmund lose to Monterrey, I believe they're called. Real Madrid go through. Monterrey go through. Oh my, what a win. What a run that is. What a crazy run that would be. Puff your chest out, we're the biggest club in Manchester. Oh, all right, yeah, I mean, I do have faith. I do have faith that we're going to win this, you know. There are no doubt some good teams, you know. Real Madrid are good. Thinking Dortmund are solid. Bayern are good. PSG are obviously really good. But I do back us. I do genuinely back us to go all the way here. I mean, what a run this would be for Monterrey, by the way, if they do go all the way. You know, imagine that. Imagine the scenes. First ever Club World Cup, and it goes to Monterrey. Sergio Ramos left in it. I wouldn't know what to think. But, yeah, I mean, I've got faith that we can do this, though. I've got faith. I've got a lot of faith. But we'll have to wait and see, really. To be fair. This is mainly just for a bit of fun, but hey, who knows? Maybe I've actually got a crystal ball on my table and this is the correct results. I've seen the future. Maybe this is how it is going to be. But anyway, the Club World Cup has started. Blink a neck. Alright. Well, I was about to click off this one anyway, to be fair. Now then, let's go back over to, I wanted to have a look at Instagram, because I know someone did upload how much money City had won so far, and I know money's not, like, something we want to always be talking about, but it does somewhat take a part to play. Here we go! It's MCFC Lads. Glad I got it right first time. So we go over to here. Oh, blink out. Clicked on the wrong tab. Here we go. Oh, clicked on the wrong post. I'm all over the place. We go over to here. City have won $51.7 million so far. Which is more than anyone because we topped our group and we won all our games. So let's find out roughly what dollars to pounds is. So how much was that? About 51 million, so I'm not going to worry about the bits in between. It's 37 million pounds, which means absolutely Shirky slash Rangers, no, Shirky slash Ainari are 100% paid for. You know, just from what we've done so far. We could leave right now and say that we've had one of our guys paid for. Now, I back us to get past Al Hilal. Inter, they get through. They're tough, but this is a weakened Inter team, still recovering with no coach. You know, so they're still very much learning, still a bit weak at the moment. And then we got to play Chelsea slash Benfica or Palmeiras Botafogo, probably the earlier of those two of those options. But I back us to beat that semi-final. I think Inter could pose as a threat. I do think Chelsea could on their day. You know, it really depends if they turn up or not. But on a whole, guys, Club World Cup is funny. We will end the worst season of our history as world champions, says Rosa. Yeah, I mean, this competition does technically count for the for this season that's just gone. For me, in my head, I'm already in next season, as in 25-26, but seems to not be the case. But yeah, that is the funny thing. Worst season in a long while. You know, we had 14 losses in 14 games. We had one win, and we could be world champions in a season like that. You know, wouldn't that just be scenes? Wouldn't that just be scenes? But overall, to really round off this season, I think I'm gonna give our group stage. It's only 3 games. It's hard to call. But the only negative for me is that Rico got unjustly sent off for me, and that's not on us, so I'm not really going to let it affect the rating. So, I think I'm going to go with a 10. I feel like it's not just to give anything else. You know, it's not fair to give anything else. You know, in a season like we've had, 10 out of 10 is, for me, the only way to call this, you know. Of one of our worst seasons ever, to bounce back like this in the Club World Cup is certainly a good way to start. Now then, I know 2 of the games were like teams that we should be beating as a given, but the Juventus game gives me so much hope going forward, and I'm really excited to see what we've got in stock. Now then, if you're curious about the Al Hilal game, it's at 2 a.m. and I will be doing a watch along. So feel free to tune into that if you want to. I rate you highly if you do, because tuning in at 2 a.m. that is commitment. So big ups to anyone that does tune into the live watch along. But before that, we've got streams elsewhere coming up. So no, don't even worry about that. Now then, big ups to you all, Blues, and I will make sure to see you all Connect is a real man of dedication. Big ups, Rosa, for tuning in. You've been in here for the bulk of the stream at the very least, and have definitely had the most comments. So big ups to you, Rosa. But more importantly, big ups to everyone who tuned in. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. Make sure to hit the likes if you haven't already. Every like is huge for the channel. It gives big ups to the streams. And make sure to subscribe as well, because we're on that push for 1.6k. And turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next time I'm live. Big ups to you all, Blues. I'll see you later.